Welcome to Dano On The Counter. On today's show, we're going to make a turkey meatloaf.
Mouth-watering family recipes, easy-to-make meals, humor and faith fill the inspiring show Dano on the Counter. Born with only half a spine, Dan Burkhart was never supposed to hold his head up. Despite countless surgeries, a stroke, leg amputations, and kidney transplants, Dano developed a contagious love for life. Join Dano on the Counter as he shares his easy-to-make dishes and a hope that keeps him pushing forward.
For the turkey meatloaf, you're going to need 1 tablespoon of oil, 1 small onion, tablespoon of brown sugar, 2 teaspoons of minced garlic, 2 teaspoons of Italian seasoning, half teaspoon of chili powder, 2 pounds of turkey, 1 cup of breadcrumbs, 2 large eggs, a 1/4 cup of milk, 2 tablespoons of Worcester sauce, 2 tablespoons of ketchup. Then for the glaze, you're going to need 3 tablespoons of ketchup, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and 1 teaspoon of apple cider vinegar. Hey y'all, welcome to another episode of Dano on the Counter. Headed to the store to grab some ingredients for our recipe for today's show. And I was just kind of thinking on the way here to the store is how fast technology is changing. I think about what we've even used even in filming this show and what we use equipment-wise to how that's changed over the last 4 years, and how things have gotten smaller, more advanced, and how AI has played a role in everybody's life, and not even that you kind of even recognize it or can tell, but on the back end, how many things are using AI. I work in medical equipment, and we do a lot of billing, and our software is ever changing, that all the data entry that we used to use is now almost done through AI. You don't even have to even scan things anymore. The data is already in the system. It's crazy how fast that has changed. I know in the medical field in general, how diagnoses and things and drugs and things are tested now through AI, because it can think of any possibility of what interactions could be, what any diagnosis or lab result could be, and that is done instantly, where you would have to do clinical trials for years or months. You can expand that out and get that data right away. I'm excited because obviously some of the health concerns that I've had in my life, I'm always looking towards what the new technology is, and I'm kind of excited about that, hoping that things kind of move faster towards those things and new discoveries. So there's a lot of potential out there, and I'm kind of excited about that. Let me know what your personal experiences are with those AI things and how that's changed your life. As we know, it's gonna change everything, and I think even where my nieces are in school and how they use it, and how nowadays you don't even even type anything. You can use voice recognition software and take notes for you and things like that in school, and how fast that is ever changing. And I'm just excited to see how things are going to grow and how things are going to change over the next just in the next couple of years. All right, so we have our 85% ground turkey. This is about a pound here. That's about what we're going to need for a small meatloaf. Obviously, larger family, you'd probably want to double this. It is a good recipe, so you want those leftovers as well. So just for this purpose, we're going to only use a pound, but obviously for your family, I would probably double the recipe, so you have enough to feed everybody and those leftovers as well. So ground turkey, then we'll head over here and grab our breadcrumbs. Can't do a meatloaf without breadcrumbs. I guess you could, but this is going to be your binder that's going to hold it all together. So we're going to need about a cup of Italian-style breadcrumbs. You could use unflavored if you wanted to and add your own seasonings to it, but why not just buy it all together, already pre-mixed for you. Obviously, you could dry your own bread and grind your own breadcrumbs as well too, depending on how much time you have. But when it's already prepared, make it easy on yourself. Just buy it already done. Next thing we need is about 2 eggs here. We're gonna mix this all in with our turkey and our breadcrumbs. This is gonna add that moisture to it. We're also gonna add a little bit of milk as well to this recipe, but this is gonna hold it all together with those breadcrumbs. So we need about 2 eggs. Obviously, we're gonna check the carton just to make sure we don't have any little peeps in there. We don't. We're good. So put it in the cart, ready to go. All right. So for the glaze for our turkey meatloaf, we started off really healthy, right, with the eggs and the turkey, but now we're gonna add some sweetness to it, lots of calories with our brown sugar. So we'll add a couple tablespoons of this and mix it up with our Worcestershire sauce and our ketchup for that glaze for on top. So we'll have our brown sugar here. Need a couple tablespoons. We'll grab 1 pack, throw it in our cart. All right, next ingredient, we need some ketchup. Got to go with Heinz, obviously. We're gonna need a couple tablespoons to mix with our brown sugar for our glaze. Should have this in your fridge. If not, run to the store and get some. So we'll throw this in the cart. All right, so we have all of our ingredients for our turkey meatloaf. We have everything that we need. We're finished up here at the store. We're gonna head home and start cooking.
Impact Productions, a multi-layer technology company providing on-site, online, and in-studio video services. Contact Impact Productions to capture your story.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Disabled? Lead an active life with a wheelchair from Dick's Home Care. Your wheelchair will be properly fitted to you for your comfort. Choose from Dick's full line of mobility products, including manual wheelchairs, custom manual, power wheelchairs, and scooters for both adults and children. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Hey y'all, welcome into the kitchen. Today we're gonna make a turkey meatloaf here. Something quick and easy that we try to obviously do here on the show each and every week, share with you a family recipe. We're doing turkey today, a little bit leaner than your ground beef that is normally in a meatloaf. So we're doing turkey today to try to keep it a little leaner, but we're also putting brown sugar and things like that in it too. So you're gonna make up for those calories you would have saved anyways. In our saucepan here, we have a little bit of oil here, just kind of heat it up. And I'm gonna add our chopped onions to that. Just about half an onion there. And we're gonna saute that real quick with a little bit of garlic. I have about 2 tablespoons of garlic in there as well. So we're gonna saute that up real quick. Just kind of sweat those onions because this is gonna be the filler in the meatloaf itself. So we're gonna do our own seasonings, of course, and add onion into this. This is always optional. I have some friends that don't eat onions at all, so they would bypass this part of it, and you can do that as well if you don't prefer onions. You can make them smaller. You can mince them up, of course. Put them in the put them in the food processor if you want. But I like a little onion. I like onion inside my burgers as well. It's the way my dad always used to make them. So onion just adds flavor, because the turkey itself, once you cook it, I don't know that it has a whole lot of flavor to it. It can be kind of bland. So we're trying to doctor it up, as we say, and add some other flavors in that if we can. So we got onion, we got garlic, and we're gonna end up folding this back into our loaf. So we're gonna saute this. I'm gonna add a little bit of brown sugar. There we go, those calories and that sweetness already. And this will help glaze those onions. Just be sure not to burn it. You're not gonna make caramel here. You're just making sauteed onions. We have that going. Those onions are about done. And then we're going to add our seasonings. We just have an Italian seasoning here, which is, of course, oregano, and a little basil in there, some parsley. And that's going to add the seasoning to our turkey itself. And once you heat these up, you can notice that once you heat up an herb like this, the aromas are really going to come through. The perfume of them is really going to come out. So you just want to kind of toast this in here, fry it up just a little bit, get those flavors going before we put it in the actual turkey. One thing we did earlier is that I preheated my oven to 350. This is going to cook for about 25 minutes or so. But once we get our loaf actually made, we'll throw it in a pan and put it in the oven. So those are looking pretty good. Smells awesome. Okay. So that's looking good. I'm going to turn that heat off there and just kind of let that sit. And then we're going to end up adding that into our loaf itself. So I have our mixing bowl here. And of course I have our turkey. And I have all of our ingredients here. With our breadcrumbs and our egg. All right, so we have our large mixing bowl. We have our turkey here. We have about 1.5 pounds of turkey ground up. And now we're going to add all of our ingredients to this. I know I'm going to end up getting messy, so I'm going to go ahead and put our onions and seasonings and garlic and all that in here first. Because I'm going to end up using my hands here, and I don't want to get messy and then touch everything else. So we have that. We're also going to add our eggs, 2 eggs in there, and a little bit of chili powder just to add that extra little flavor in there. A little bit of a what's that flavor in there. We're going to mix this up. When you do a meatloaf of any kind, the secret is not to over mix it. You don't want it too tough. So we got all our ingredients in there. Like I said, I'm going to be a complete mess here. We have our breadcrumbs. Add about half now. Half in a little bit. Then I have a little bit of ketchup. Just about 2. I don't want to put that in there. That would be not smart. And then our Worcestershire sauce, however you say it. Just a couple tablespoons of that. And a little bit of milk. I'll go ahead and mix all this up. And that breadcrumb and everything will kind of come together. And that'll absorb all that milk and moisture. That looks pretty good. Add the rest of our breadcrumbs in there. End up being about a little over a cup of breadcrumb there. Scrape the pan or the bowl. Get everything well incorporated there. That looks pretty good. Not going to mess with it too much. Just want everything well combined in there. Looks like a good loaf there. Now we're going to put this in a pan, and then we're going to put it in the oven. And then while this is cooking, we'll make a little glaze for on top of it. All right, so we have our turkey loaf here. We have it in our 13 by 9 baking pan. I'm gonna make a quick little glaze here just to put on top. So it's gonna be ketchup that we're gonna add as our base. And of course more brown sugar. And then just a little bit of apple cider vinegar is gonna dilute it a little bit. I'm just gonna mix that up. And this is gonna add that nice glaze for the top that's gonna brown up nicely. Because whenever you do turkey is usually mostly white meat. But I'm just gonna put this over top. Just like that. And we'll brush this on. And then, once we have this on top, we're gonna throw this back, or throw it into the oven, I should say, at 350 for about an hour. We just want our internal temperature like 165. So we're just gonna keep an eye on it. We'll check it in about 45 minutes, see where it is. And then we'll take it out, we'll slice it up, cook it, and have it with mashed potatoes or noodles, whatever you'd like with it. I hope that you're able to try this little quick recipe for a little turkey loaf, and you can enjoy it with your family. And we're gonna throw this in the oven, and we'll be back after we head to the studio for a little inspirational message.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Stay in your home without worry with Bruno mobility products from Dick's Home Care. Bruno has the highest rated stair lift of any brand. They're American-made quality stair lifts and are expertly installed in less than a day. Keep your loved one at home and safe from falls on the stairs with a Bruno stair lift. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Next time on Man Up, we'll have Tony Conrad.
A group of us, group of 4, went to our local bishop and said, there's not a lot going on with pro-life, respect life. And the other side is so good at their lies and misinformation. We need to get the truth out. So we went to him with a proposal and said, this is what we would like to do. Would you bless it? And he did, and pretty much said, go for it.
All that and more next time on Man Up.
Hey y'all, welcome into the studio today. Today I just want to share with you just a quick inspirational word. Recent events have been crazy in the United States here, and what we've been seeing on TV and what we've been, the conversations around the kitchen table and what they've been like, and what has been going on is just remarkable and tragic on the other hand. As I'm talking about the sudden loss of Charlie Kirk, I mean, this has been a tragedy, obviously, for this family and his wife and his kids, and no matter what you thought about Charlie and what the things you've heard about him, this is by all means a tragic event that happened here, in the States, and we're kind of bombarded by this story, and it's on the news every night. It's all over social media, and I just want to talk about it just a little bit, my perspective of it, not to get political and get into the debate of the things he said or the things you disagree with and all that, and how he died and all that. Those things I don't think are as important, but when you're bombarded by this, obviously everybody's talking about it. Like I said, your family is talking about it. Your friends are all talking about it at work. And I just thought if I didn't talk about it a little bit this morning, people will be like, oh, Dano's, living under a rock. And that's definitely not the case. But my biggest thing is about, the funeral was just last week. And a lot of us watched it, and watched parts of it. It was probably the longest memorial service I've ever seen. And the biggest thing that I took away from it was how everybody was confident in sharing their faith. a lot of people are intimidated by that. They don't want to share their faith. They're afraid of either what people might say, or they don't want to offend people, or they're just nervous about it. They're not comfortable about sharing their faith. I kind of share my faith every week, and that's not really what we set out to do with the show. That's what I didn't really want. But I didn't really want to be somebody who is held to this standard, because I do make mistakes, and I don't live a perfect life by any means, and those things. But as it grows and as things have happened, and I share about my life and the things I've been through, there's no other way to explain it by sharing your faith, and that's kind of where I've kind of led in the show, and where things have kind of taken off. And the comments I get from people that I see in public are like, oh, we really appreciate this message you brought, or we understand that, you've been through this, and we really appreciate that encouragement. But watching this service, I was taken back by these politicians. Had really, you'd heard they're conservative Christians and things like that, but to hear their testimony really, and who God is in their life, how important the personal relationship is with God to them, and obviously to Charlie, and the things that he was talking about. What an awesome testimony, first off, from Charlie, and how he lived his life, and how he was unashamed to share that with people, and especially young people that are bombarded by sin, and things that they see, and the things that they read online, or the peer pressure that they deal with to fall in these things, to go there and to be unashamed to share the gospel, really, who God is and who God was and who he is in your own life, was unbelievable. And, he would get in debates and things like that. Like I said, I don't want to get into all that and what have you, but being unashamed of your faith was something that we can take from all this. I am seeing a huge revival in the community, and seeing it in churches, obviously, and people that I didn't even think had a testimony are now not afraid to share it. They're sharing it online. They're sharing it with me. And that's really what I want to encourage you to take from this terrible incident, is you can share your faith. Don't be afraid to get out and share what God has done in your life, who God is to you. And that's really what I try to live for, and that's what we're called to do, obviously, is share what God has done in our lives and what he means to us. But that's really what I want to encourage you. You don't have to start a college crusade or anything like that, but hey, if you have an opportunity, maybe you'll think twice about that now. And hey, you know what? I've been through this, and let me share what God is and what Jesus has done for us. And so I just want to encourage you this week, if you get an opportunity, share your faith. Don't be afraid to share it. Get out there, spread the gospel, share what God has done in your life and who God is with everybody around you. That's what I'm planning on doing, and I hope you're able to do the same thing. So take that encouragement, and now let's go enjoy some awesome food.
For generations, Dick's Home Care has been providing the best equipment and service for patient care at home. Stay in your home without worry with Bruno mobility products from Dick's Home Care. Bruno has the highest rated stair lift of any brand. They're American-made quality stair lifts and are expertly installed in less than a day. Keep your loved one at home and safe from falls on the stairs with a Bruno stair lift. Call the leader in home medical equipment, Dick's Home Care.
Hey y'all, welcome to the dining room here. We have our turkey meatloaf. We have Troy, we have Jackson here. Guys, to give it a little taste, let me know what you think.
I like the glaze. The glaze is
Brown sugar.
It's a lot better than I expected. To be
Yeah.
honest with you, I was a little skeptical. It's a lot better than I expected.
Not a big fan of the turkey meatloaf to begin with.
I'm not a. Yeah.
no, but the glaze is actually
Yeah, it's actually
it saves it,
very good.
makes it like brings it together.
Yep, all the herbs and everything in here. I mean, it's not your typical meatloaf, of course, but hey, if you're trying to not eat red meat, this might be a solution for you. But let me know what you think. Give it a shot at home. I appreciate everybody watching and tuning in today. Hope to see you all next week on Dano On The Counter.
This segment is brought to you by Harry's Construction, whose motto is, "If you can dream it, we can create it." They are the kitchen and bath design experts, so call Harry's Construction for all your remodeling needs.
Made by Vogel is a father and son business that produces high-quality handmade wooden products such as cutting boards, bowls, bottle stoppers, and more. Products for sale can be found on their Etsy site or in downtown Altoona at the Clay Cup. You can't go wrong buying from Made by Vogel.
I was living a life that was going to destroy me.
I couldn't walk.
I had a miscarriage.
I made some very poor decisions in my marriage.
Tried to conceive for 7 years.
But more chapters to come.
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 Ladies, I am so excited for our next big event. It is October 10th. Doors will open at 5 o'clock. We will have a meal around 5:30, and then we will jump into the service at 7 o'clock. This year, we have Allison Hill joining us, and I know that she has a word for us.
You're not abandoned. You're not forgotten. You are under construction by the Creator Himself. Remember that. If you're in anybody's hands, His hands are the hands that you want to be in. So what I'm doing now is I'm calling all my ladies, the ones who are wondering, does God still have a plan for me and my life? Where are you at? I need you to be here. Something spectacular happens when God's daughters get together in one room to come to the Creator and say, Lord, have your way.
The theme, my story. More chapters to come. Because guess what? God has more for us. But ultimately, it begins with us testifying about our story. All the pages aren't great, but as God redeems and restores, we do have a story to tell others. So I encourage you to come to this night at Transformation Church. All women of all ages, doesn't matter where you go to church, we just want you there. This is a free event, and we encourage you to mark your calendars for October 10th because I believe God has such great things in store for us. So come.
When it's time for a new roof, Champion Roofing is your best choice. We're a certified award-winning roofing contractor, meaning your roof is done right the first time. Call today.
Champion Roofing, we're the solution.